What's up guys, I'm James, this is the Great Gambino channel, and today we are taking a look at the 1-to-1 NECA Replica Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutagen Canister. Now this is based off the 1990s original movie, and it goes along with the same theme of all the 1/4 scale turtles that they released recently. And NECA gave us a few display shots of what you can do with this thing and how you can make it look on your own little prop setup. Similar thing on the other side. And off first glance, you can see that it is a decent size. It's 1-to-1 of the original movie, and it has a good weight to it as well. Noticing in the front there is the crack, which is done perfectly like the original one in the movie. It would be really hard to replicate the crack like that, so it makes it definitely worth the money. I'm gonna give you a little closer up shot here so you can see some of the detail. The sides of the canister have the radioactive material and the logo. Give you a little bit more light reflection here just to see the paint texture. And if you notice looking close in to the details, you see that there's dirt in the crevices here, and they've dirtied up the front of it too to give it more of an aesthetically pleasing look. Gives it more of a feel that this is an actual prop from a movie and not just a toy. Flipping it around to the back, we notice it has TCRI, which actually was the original logo name on the canister, and we know that in The Secret of the Ooze, they changed it to TGRI. Now, there are lots of tutorials online on how to make a TGRI canister with actual green ooze in it. I'm looking forward to possibly putting one of these together. If NECA ever does decide to release a 1/4 scale shredder, I think that would be amazing. It's a character I've always wanted to have displayed somewhere in the background in my studio room, so I would like to have that, and if I could, I think it would be great to pair it up with a TGRI Secret of the Ooze canister full of green ooze that I could possibly have glow with an LED light. I just think that would make for a really cool background display on a floating shelf. Now, having this item be a cylinder shape, you worry about it possibly rolling off of a shelf or anywhere you display it, but I wanted to add that they did distribute the weight in this thing so it will stay perfectly the way you want it without falling unless you really give it a hard push, as you could see in this video clip. And removing the right side of the canister, we can see that it's packed with some foam, and underneath that you have the ooze. This is your basic slime that they've been making since the early 80s, and that's actually what it reminds me of when I was a little kid. My grandfather bought me a Masters of the Universe. It was called the Slime Pit Kit. It was basically a skull that would hold the He-Man figures in place, and the ooze would drip through this dinosaur skull face and drip all over the characters. That's what it reminds me of. It definitely hits on that nostalgia note for me every time I see this type of thing. And I know it's becoming much more popular with the kids today. They're making their own slime. Let's go ahead and open it up just to play with it a little, see what the texture and consistency of the ooze is. And you can see here it does have some thickness to it. It's not super gooey where it's going to ooze all over and drip really fast. If you do leave it out for a while, it will start to flatten and spread out a little bit more, but it does take some time. Flipping it over to the other side, you do have an on-off switch that will be powered by 3 AAA batteries, giving you the ability to illuminate green LED lights out of the front. Right away you can see that it's very bright, and keep in mind I have 2 studio lights facing the product. Let's go ahead and set up the entire unit the way it would be if you had it on a display shelf, and we'll see what it looks like with the studio lights turned off. And of course you can imagine what it would look like if it was in a pitch black room. For the price, it's pretty close to the movie, so I am pleased with this item. One of my only issues is that I love how it looks with the ooze in the front, and of course you can't leave this type of slime out for a long time because it will dry up and have a completely different look. I'm eventually planning to make a green silicone ooze that will dry to a nice hard rubber, but it'll still have that nice wet look, so it looks like drippy ooze the entire time it's displayed. And of course this will look really good once I order the 4 baby turtles to go with it to prop around the ooze. I'll have a complete set on a nice floating shelf in the background. That's the future plan. Stay tuned to this channel to see how I do that silicone ooze build. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell button if you haven't already so you get automatic updates on my next review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.